Hello everyone, and welcome to my first ever video. Well, not entirely, but I'll explain in a minute. My name is Aiden, and after having the channel dormant for a couple of years, I decided to post again. And to get back into posting and drawing, I decided to try out a drawing challenge. I am assuming if you clicked on this video that you probably already know what ClanGen is. But in case you don't, ClanGen is a fan game based on the Cats book series by Erin Hunter, which is a series about feral cats living in organized societies in the woods that are crow clans. The premise of the game is to create and manage your own clan. Around midway through 2022, I believe, a trend started where you basically manage your clan for a year and then draw a lineup of the cats once the year ends. And this is what that video is. Before we start, I want to give huge thanks to Nyoko Arts, as it is because of her version of this challenge that I even got back into drawing cats in the first place, let alone decided to post on YouTube again. If you have watched Nyoko's version of this challenge with Galaxy Clan series, you will notice that I take great inspiration in the way that I recorded this. And if for some reason you haven't watched the Galaxy Clan series, I will leave a link to the playlist below, and you should subscribe to Nyoko. Lastly, before we start, I wanted to show my settings for the game, specifically the relationship and role settings. I have it so that cats without a mate cannot have kids. I may turn this off in the future, but for year one, I wanted to keep things simple since I didn't want to have to draw over 25 cats. I have it so that same sex cats can have kittens via adoption or a surrogate. Lastly, I have it so that most of the clan role decisions are made by the game. So the game chooses the deputy automatically at random. Mediators are selected at random too. Like cats can choose to become mediators at any point. And I also disabled the feature that makes disabled cats retired due to their disability. Going into the clan, I haven't drawn a Star Clan section this year, as by some miracle nobody died. But I will briefly introduce you to Gold Star, who is our Star Clan guide. He died at 111 moons old and has been dead for 150 moons, which is roughly 12 and a half years. He used to be the leader of an ancient clan that lived in the current territory that Lotus Clan inhabits. And since guides don't have randomized statuses every moon like other cats do, there's not much else to say about him. But I will try to develop him on my own for lore purposes. But yeah, now let's move on to the alive cats. This is Olive Star. He's our first leader and he's 68 moons old. He is compassionate and a good storyteller. And this poor boy has had a rough start of his leadership. His clan does not seem to get along with each other for the most part, and that includes him. Most cats in the clan, especially younger warriors, do not seem to like him very much. And a lot of cats question his ability to lead. This could be because he spent most of last year in the medicine den due to different outbreaks of green cough and white cough, both of which survived. But he was out of commission for a long time and was not really, able to take clan matters into his own paws. And if you're confused about what green cough or white cough is, in the books, when a cat catches a certain disease, most of the time it is categorized by color. Green cough being on the more serious and deadly side, and white cough, while still able to be fatal, is less serious. Despite this, Olive Star has not lost any of his 9 lives, and still has all of them. However, that is not the extent of his problems, as he's had an apprentice this year. And let's just say that Olive Star is a better leader than he is a mentor. You will learn more about his apprentice later when we get to him. Moving on to Olive Star's deputy, the wise Plum Speckle. He is 101 moons old and actually a descendant of Goldstar, our clan guide. I don't think he knows that though, and if he knows, he's not made it known to the rest of the clan. But as for Plumspeckle, he is a trusted advisor and a great storyteller. Despite being older than Olive Star and knowing that because of this he will most likely not become a leader, he seems to be content with this, preferring the role of the advisor to the responsibility of being the leader. He is currently sick with white cough, and I am worried, but given our track record with white cough this year, I don't know, maybe he can pull through. Despite having the voice straight, Plumspeckle doesn't speak his mind too often. He will take care of his deputy duties, but he will do so privately to Olive Star. He does not like to interact with other cats too much, and I don't know if that's just how he is or he has difficulty maintaining personal connections with some other people. But despite that, his apprentices adore him, and both of their platonic like is already in the green and it turned to platonic love. Olive Star also seems to really like him and likes to have him around, especially given the fact that, well, he's not thriving as a leader right now. And Plumspeckle calm and wise demeanor helps him keep a cool head. I really like this sweet old man, and I hope the best for him. If he ends up retiring next year, I hope he has a nice, chill retirement and that nothing bad happens to him because I really do like him. Moving on to our senior medicine cat, Windstripe, who is confident and has valuable insight. He's 121 moons old, so he just became an elder by the end of the year. I like to think of him as the clan's grumpy grandpa that doesn't really like to interact with his family all that much and thinks he's too old to care. He does not like any of the younger cats, including Olive Star. He was bitten by a snake late into the year and has a scar from it, but you can't see it in this angle because it's on his other shoulder. So hopefully I remember to draw that if I ever draw a year two. But yeah, grumpy mean old man. Moving on to his apprentice. Meet Lilac Bramble, who started out as a kitten in the clan. She became a medicine cat after expressing that the idea of fighting made her squeamish. And despite this, she turned out bloodthirsty. Lilac Bramble and her brother, which you will meet later, are both Windstripe's biological grandchildren. And despite this, Windstripe does not like them, especially dislikes Lilac Bramble. Becoming his apprentice should have mended the relationship a little bit in Lilac Bramble's eyes, but it didn't. It made things worse, even. Worryingly, Windstripe's dislike for Lilac Bramble is borderline on the red already. And it's only year one. Guys, please. During a solo herb gathering patrol, Lilac was visited by a StarClan spirit and was shocked to learn that the ghost was infuriated at her and disappointed in her. And I think this has to do with Windstripe because on the same moon, Windstripe found a cat on patrol, a StarClan cat. And he seemed to know the cat personally. So I think Windstripe is bad mouthing Lilac Bramble to StarClan. And I am very scared. Moving on to the Warriors Den, our senior warrior, which we only have one of, is named Dapplewillow. She's 85 months old, cold, and has a keen eye and a skill for hunting. She takes her duties very seriously and did a good job with her apprentice, even if she was a little bit harsh sometimes. I do think that she has like rose petal vibes from the canon books if you have read them. But I am really interested in her. She hasn't done much besides train her one apprentice, and I am very curious about what she's capable of. She also has probably my favorite design from year one. I don't know, I think she's really pretty. I almost wish she was a little bit younger because I do really, really like her and think she would make a really interesting protagonist if this was a story. But sadly, she's on the older side. She probably won't gain a position of power. Now we take a huge leap in age. This is Marigold Tail. I just noticed that his information is cropped in the video, so that's my bad. But this is Marigold Tail. He started off as an apprentice in the clan, and he was apprenticed to Plum Speckle. He's 21 months old, nervous, and a good kid sitter. And guys, he's such a sweetheart. I adore this little man. I got really strong himbo vibes from him when designing him, so I tried to make him a little bit beefier. I don't know how well I accomplished that, but I am interested in investigating different body types with this series. So Marigold is just as good start as any. Marigold is also very nervous and paranoid. He thinks he hears voices constantly, even back when he was an apprentice. And I don't know if he's hearing prophecies from StarClan or if he just has a really bad case of anxiety. But we will see. He also rolled to have six toes on one of his paws. So, yeah, he is polytactile, I think it's the name. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But yeah, sweet little man. Next to him is Pebbleko, who he is very close to. They briefly trained together since Marigold Tail graduated basically immediately when starting the year. But even after his graduation, Pebble Paw at the time liked to stick up for him and give him advice. Pebble Echo is very righteous, strict, has a keen eye like her mentor Dapple Willow, and is a good fighter. She's sort of the bad girl of the clan, punk rock little girl, and she really appreciates her clanmates, especially Marigoldtail. Even though she's younger than him, she has a sort of big sister personality when it comes to him. Knowing that he is very anxious and nervous, she likes to help him build confidence and make sure that he's taking care of himself without panicking about it. They go on patrols together very often, and Plum Speckle likes to pair them up together. Having trained Marigold Tail and knowing that Pebble Echo brings out the more confident side of him. It was during one of these patrols that they both got caught in a snowstorm and Pebble Echo got frostbitten. However, she recovered quickly and didn't gain any scars from it. I really am looking forward to how these two friendship develops. Finchhope is Lilac Bramble's brother, and he was apprenticed to Olive Star, who he despises with a burning passion. His relationship is not in the red yet, but is fairly close. At first, Finchpaw was really excited to get apprenticed to the leader, but quickly realized that the leader was not so thrilled to be his mentor as he was to have him as his mentor. Olive Star would neglect his apprentice in favor of spending time with a kitten that was in their nursery at the time. He would dismiss Finchhope's progress and undermine his efforts to impress him, and he quickly grew resentful of the leader for this. On his first patrol, actually, Olive Star took him to the Thunder Path, where they failed to rescue a kitty pet that was sadly run over by a car. Finchpaw was mortified at the sight, but was really sad to see that his mentor did not plan to provide any comfort for him whatsoever. Later, he confided in him that he was having nightmares about it, and he completely brushed him off. So, yeah, his relationship with All-Star is not the best. Our youngest warrior, Outlaw Ghost, is in fact the kid that Olive Star was really attached to when she was a kitten. She still is, and I think she has the highest platonic love for Olive Star out of all of the cats in the clan. They are very, very stupid close. She's playful and good at speaking and also fighting, and she is very spunky and honestly a menace. On her first patrol, she launched herself at a large dog and got her pelt torn, but she didn't even seem phased for it. And she quickly went back to patrolling after her pelt healed. She was apprenticed to Plum Speckle, who she loves really deeply, and she's hoping to get an apprentice of her own soon, so that when Plum Speckle retires, she can take after him as deputy. But she's 14 moons old and basically just became a warrior. So she maybe needs to focus on something else for now, as becoming deputy this young is it doesn't seem like the best course of action. In the Elder's Dane, we currently only have one elder. His name is Basil Nose, and he's just a sweet old man. He's the fun grandpa to all of the young warriors in the clan, and even the more senior warriors like Dapple Willow and Alderstar like to hang around him to hear stories. He's a learner of lore and a good mediator. Although he hasn't chosen to become a mediator, and at this point I doubt that he will, given that he's very advanced in age and sadly probably doesn't have much time left in the clan. But I'm hoping that his retirement continues to go well and he goes peacefully when it's his time. There's not much else to say about him, as he's just been chilling in the elders' den and hanging around the kids for the majority of the year. He's very pretty though, I really like his color palette. Lastly, in the nursery, we currently have three lovely little babies. They are the polite Fink Kit, which is the only female of the litter, the self-conscious Stork Kid, which was born without a tail, and the quiet soft kid who is interested in oddities and likes to play with shiny beetles. These three were found by Windstripe as newborns next to the sadly deceased body of their mother, a loner named Nari, which I haven't drawn but will probably put up a screenshot from the game on screen. They are still fairly young and joined pretty late into the year, so they haven't done much, and there's not much to say about them as kitten personalities change pretty quickly in game once they become apprentices. But they are community raised kids, meaning they weren't adopted by anybody and are new blood in terms of descendants. They've mostly been around Basilinos as he rarely leaves camp. I actually have no idea how they were nursed or who they were nursed by, since this year we haven't had any queens nursing at all. But we're not gonna think about that. Maybe they were nursed by a loner that later left. I don't know. I moving on. These three are very cute. However, since they're still fairly young kids and join on the latter half of the year, they don't have strong relationships with anybody in clan, and there's not much to say about them. So, yeah, these are the last cats in Lotus Clan this year. I am really hoping they all get to be full grown warriors. I am really invested in learning who their mentors are next year and what their personalities end up being. They are really cute, and I am really attached to Store Kids, especially. To finish the video, we are going to look into the positions of power of Lotus Clan and the neighboring clans. As for Lotus Clan, we have Olive Star. In Stag Clan, we have the vengeful Crane Star, which is the oldest leader at the moment. In Blaze Clan, we have the vengeful Gold Star, which has the same name as our guide, I just realized. They are non-binary and use they them pronouns. And finally, in Berry Clan, we have the insecure Pike Star, which has a lot of reasons to be insecure given how badly Berry Clan has done this year. She's also a trans girl and uses she, her pronouns. As for deputies, we have Plum Speckle in Lotus Clan, the charismatic Midnight Root in Stag Clan, who is also the oldest deputy in the clans. So, yep, Stag Clan full of old people at the moment. In Blaze Clan, we have the insecure Emerald Creek. And finally, we have the childish Alder Days in Berry Clan, who is not really helping out his leader, you know? And since none of the clans have mediators right now, we are going to finish with the medicine cats. In Lotus Clan, we have Windstrapper and Lilac Bramble. Please behave, you guys. In Stag Clan, we have the sweet and caring Beaver Bite, who I am really attached to for some reason. I think it's because of the poppy in his head. And in Blaze Clan, we have Bind Flame, who is charismatic. And addressing the elephant in the room, Berry Clan currently has no medicine cats. Berry Clan also doesn't have any kittens, apprentices, or any couples. So, yeah, Berry Clan not thriving right now. Hoping things get better for Pike Star next year. But that's it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video on Lotus Clan. I don't currently plan to make this into a schedule series. I plan to make year 2 eventually, but I don't have a planned release date. I overall want to start posting again, even if it's scarcely, just for myself, you know? So if you are interested in that, I will be uploading animation memes probably, some personal projects, and who knows, maybe someday year 2 will come out. Thank you so much again for watching and have a great day.